Hello friends, this is Shivam and welcome to the fifth tutorial of this series. And in this tutorial we will be doing the ANOVA test, the analysis of variance test. In this tutorial we will be using the dataset for the quarter one sales of a company which has three brands, brand A, brand B and brand C. And the dataset is there, and we have to conduct the ANOVA test, and we will be seeing that are the means of these three brands are different or are these similar. So we have created the null hypothesis, we have defined the null hypothesis and the alternative hypothesis for this. And in the null hypothesis we have assumed that all of the three means are equal, and in the alternative hypothesis we have considered that at least two of these means are different. So the alpha value or the confidence interval is set to be 95%, and the alpha value is 0.05 accordingly. So to conduct the analysis of variance test, what we need to do is use the one-way ANOVA from the data analysis ToolPak. So we need to find the analysis of variance, that is here single factor. So we have to provide the input range for this. The input range is we have to select all of these entries all together. Now the entries are separated by, or we can say that they are grouped by columns like brand A, brand B and brand C. So there is the columns is already checked, and if these would have been selected by brand A, brand B, brand C, then we have to check the rows column. But in this we have here the columns already checked. Now we haven't provided the labels, so we need not to check on this. The alpha value is 0.05, and we need the output to be on the same worksheet, so we will be getting the output range over here. So we can put the output to be here, and now checking all of these variables we can click on the OK, and this we need to provide the values, and now we will be clicking OK, and this is the ANOVA, the analysis of variance for this value. Now you can see that here we have the all of these things. Over here we have column 1, we have the summary statistics for all of these columns, column 1, column 2, column 3, and we have the sum, the average and the variances respectively for all of these columns individually. And in the ANOVA table we have the two rows here. One is the between the groups and the another is within the groups. So we have following variables, following parameters defined for these two rows. Like we have the sum of squares, we have the degree of freedom, we have the mean square value, we have the F statistics value, we have the P value, and we have the F critical value. So friends, there we can see that the F statistics value is 11.07, and the critical value of F statistics is 5.14. We can also check this value from the table of ANOVA table. Like we can check this value from the ANOVA table, and since we have the F statistics for alpha is equal to 0.05, so we can see that we have the 2 degrees of freedom. Like I'm going to show you that we have the 2 degrees of freedom for between the groups and 6 degrees of freedom within the group. So we have 2 and 6 degrees of freedom. So we can see that the value F critical value is 5.14. So we can see that the value of F critical is 5.14. Now we can see that the F value is quite greater than the F critical value, so we will have to reject the null hypothesis, and we will have to consider the alternative hypothesis. Because of this reason, we have to reject the null hypothesis, and we will be considering the alternative hypothesis that at least two of the means are different. So you can also see that the p-value is 0.009678, which is very small, quite smaller than the alpha value, than the alpha p-value, which is 0.05. So we can easily reject the null hypothesis, and we can accept the alternative hypothesis. So this is the way to conduct the one-way ANOVA test for the given data set, and this is the way how you can evaluate your ANOVA set and how you can conduct it within the Excel. So this was the fifth tutorial of this series, and thanks for watching.